Hi, I'm Colin, and in this video, I'll be giving a high-level introduction on how to record a sound effect. I'll show you how to go about recording your audio and things you should know to get a high-quality recording. First, what is considered a sound effect? Well, the definition of a sound effect is a sound other than speech or music made artificially. So something that you record that you want to add into your song or maybe a movie or show or some kind of project that you're making. Obviously, you want no copyrighted material in your audio, so no songs playing in the background or a TV or a film or someone else's work that you're using. You can record what's around you, like a bird chirping or a car turning on, or you can do something like Foley, where it's audio recordings of things that a person would interact with. So maybe they're opening a door and you could do a sound effect of them turning the handle, or maybe footsteps of someone walking. If you're not sure how to replicate a certain sound, you can look for items around you that you could use to mimic something. For example, you could use an 8-ball and shake that and maybe it sounds like someone diving and the bubbles coming off of them. Anything like that can be really useful. Now, when you start, it helps to make a plan of everything you want to do. What do you want to capture? Is it for a project like a song, a film? Are you trying to recreate something or make something new or just experiment? Look around you for things that you could use for the recording. Also, is it just you recording or do you have a team to help? Where will you record? What kind of room do you need? Is there little reverberation or a lot? Is it outside? Now, if you're traveling somewhere, make sure you bring anything necessary to make the recording time easier, like a place to store your equipment when you're not using it, or maybe a tarp or umbrella in case it's raining. Think about your environment and the weather that'll be there. Next, you can think about what kind of equipment are you going to be using. Are you going to use certain kind of mics, mic stands, an interface, windscreen in case it's windy? You want to try to know as much as you can about the environment you'll be in advance. And always make sure you're allowed to record there and that it's safe to do so. Nobody wants to deal with someone trespassing, and you definitely don't want to deal with getting in trouble with the law. Now, you should consider where you're going to be recording. What is your goal? Most likely, you want to record your sound in a place with little room reflections or other noise disturbances like fans, lighting, AC, wind, talking, things like that. You want to make sure that the people using your sound have a clean recording. They also don't want a sound effect with weird long fades or a lot of extra reverb that you added or even distortion, unless of course you're trying to create a specific sound effect that you need effects added on top of that. Experiment with different rooms and tools to record new and interesting sounds, like clapping in a living room or outside or in a very reverberant room. Each room has a different sound. Choose the one that best suits the audio you're trying to capture. In most cases, you're probably going to choose the room with little external noise and reverberation so that the person choosing your sound effect can add what effects they want instead. Now, I have some examples of different room sounds and noise distractions and things for you to consider. First, I have a recording of me clapping in my own living room at 1 feet, 3 feet, and 9 feet away from a dynamic SM57 cardioid pattern microphone. Next is in another room where I clapped at 3 feet and 6 feet away from the cardioid pickup pattern microphone. I also recorded a omnidirectional microphone in the same room at 3 feet. And lastly, I have me standing outside on a balcony where I clapped 3 feet away from the microphone. Now, when you're recording your sound effects, it's important to take note of different distractions and things going on inside that room or outside. In this case, I have the noise of my air conditioning and some other things going on in the background of my living room. And then I also got a recording of the outside environment where you can hear birds chirping, people talking, cars passing by, things like that. There's a lot to consider when you're recording your sound effects, especially if they're outside. If there are any noise distractions, get rid of them to your best ability, or at least try to move away from the sound. Nobody wants to hear electrical hum or air coming from the AC in your audio recording. If you can't reduce the noise of your surroundings and you absolutely need to record, there are tools in your digital audio workstation like EQ, dynamic processors, or noise reduction tools you can try. But we won't get into that in this video. An easy thing you can try out is using directional microphones, like a dynamic microphone with a cardioid pickup pattern. That way you can point it at your sound source and keep the distracting noises behind the mic where they won't be picked up as easily. If you notice that the place you're trying to record in has a lot of reverb, you could try changing to a different room where maybe there are sound absorbing furniture or a closet where the clothes will soak up the room reflections. Think about how the sound will travel around you. Are you in an open space where sound can't reflect? Or are you outside with concrete or brick walls surrounding you where there will be more reflections picked up? If you're inside and need something to reduce the reverb, try putting the mic closer to the sound source or use gobos around the mic. Or a cheaper option, put blankets over something and put it in the way of where the sound will reflect from around the microphone. Now, we won't get much into editing in this video, but there are a ton of ways to craft and edit your sound effect after it's been recorded. You can distort or clean up your sound, but always get the best recording and don't rely on your software plugins to make the bad sound good after it's already been recorded. Make multiple recordings and choose the best ones. That way you will have a much easier time editing the sound afterwards. Try not to change the sound too much, like adding reverb or long fade-ins or fade-outs. That's for the person choosing your sound effect to decide. Use things like EQ and compression to increase the quality of your sound, and also try and normalize your sound effects so that they are all the same level. You can look up more about editing the sound effect, but this video is more of a high-level guide of getting your sound effect recorded. The overall goal of your sound is to be clear that will attract people to use your audio effect. Additionally, you want your sound to be intelligible and labeled correctly. If you make an effect meant for a door handle turning, but it ended up sounding like something completely different, change the label accordingly. If you record a book dropping and label it "drop the book," but it sounds more like an explosion, people may get confused as to why it's made that way. Note that if you drop a book and it sounds like an explosion, you may have a problem with your microphone or it's way too close. Back it up. So overall, you want to plan out your recording the best you can and think about what you're going to use. What kind of sound are you after, or are you just playing around with different things? Where will you record? What rooms or areas will best suit the recording? Will the sound of the area you're in negatively or positively impact the audio? If it's negative, think about ways to reduce those distractions like polar pattern, mic placement, and more. Make multiple recordings and decide which are best. Specific equipment and techniques and audio editing tips will require a separate, more in-depth video, but with this information, you'll be able to get your first sound effect recorded with higher quality standards. Congratulations! Thank you for watching and keep experimenting.